gunning for it. I'm interested in the Ingebrigtsen decision because now we go to the 5K, Gordon, and you have to talk about the world record holder, Cheptegei, but you're also going to mention that he lost this year and hasn't raced a whole bunch. He hasn't raced since he got 6th in Florence, so that doesn't necessarily inspire much confidence. Mohamed Katir of Spain, this is his year, Gordon. These are his splits: 328, 727, 1250. Looks pretty sharp. Also, Jacob Kiplimo from Uganda, world half champ. He ran 726 and 1248 last year. This year he's running a 1255, 5K, and a 2633, 10K. Ethiopia, they had a 1253 from Wale, who, again, we don't know if he's running the steeple or the 5K or both. And then a 1254 from Malik at their champs. Mohamed was 1250 this year. Then you got Chalimo, Knight, Nicholas Kameli, Benyo of Kenya, Grant Fisher, Woody Kincaid round out the U.S. team. I don't know what's going to happen here. Now with Ingebrigtsen out, this thing opens up a bit for everybody else because I was feeling good about his ability to Ingebrigtsen's ability to kick off of basically any pace, and now that won't be in this race.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking at when I made the 5K rankings, it was basically a classic kick rankings. Who has the best kick ranking in my mind?
Yeah.
And Katir clearly has shown he can kick on a fast time or a slow time. Chalimo, I think's performance at the trials showed that he can close well and has a kick. Kincaid, I think, potentially could have beaten Chalimo if he had better position based off seeing his kick in the 10K. So I think Kincaid is a medal threat with his kick. Cheptegei, obviously, is the world record holder. And then after that, I think it's just a wild card with Justin Knight, Whale, Kiplimo, Ahmed, Gressier. I think the Frenchman, Jimmy Gressier, he can kick. He's running like 335 or 334 in the 15.
Mm-hmm.
But I think now with no Ingebrigtsen, we could potentially get 2 Americans on the podium. And I think those 2 would be Chalimo and Kincaid. I think it's possible, man.
Whoa.
It's possible. I could see a Katir, Chalimo, Kincaid. I think a Katir, Chalimo, Kincaid top 3 is 100% possible. 100%.
I had the odds of medaling at 10%, but that was before Ingebrigtsen. I'll bump it up a little bit. Yeah, man. These, like, Mohamed is legit. He got bronze in 2019, 1250 this year. Like I said, 1247 PB. It's going to be tough to get past him. One of these, the Ethiopian qualifiers is going to come to play out of that group. There's too much sub 13 talent there. Kiplimo, I mentioned how good he is from everything to 3K to half marathon. I think that the U.S. will be lucky to get a medal in this event. I'm guessing Cheptegei is gonna get right, but even if he doesn't, you could see a Katir, Kiplimo, Ahmed podium, and that's not even including the Ethiopian contingent.
Well, here's the thing: most of the people who were in that 2019 final are not here. Like Ethiopia sent a completely different team.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
What
I'm saying
what
one
people
of them's
did in
gonna pan
2019
out.
means nothing. I think what happened in 2019 doesn't mean anything. I'm telling you, man. Don't be surprised if there's 2 Americans. If not 2, then they're going 3-4 or something like that.
I will be surprised.
You'll be surprised?
I literally will be surprised. Yes. I will be 100% surprised if there are 2 Americans.
So will you be surprised if Chalimo medals?
Yes, I'll be surprised.
You'll be surprised if Chalimo medals.
Yeah.
Why don't you have confidence in Paul Chalimo?
Well, didn't you ask him in your interview, hey, should I bet on you? And he said no. So there's that part of it.
There was that, but he did say he did tell me to bet on him for top 3, which I will, and he's plus 200 for top 3. So maybe Paul was just trying to like help me out with like, trying to make me so I don't lose all my money. He's looking out for me by saying only bet on me top 3.
Again, you got it's a very deep event right now. And I understand that it may not come down to who has the fastest PB, but if you run 12:55, Well, if you run, if it might though, if Cheptegei gets after it from the gun and says, "I'm going to try to run 1240 pace," which he can do because he's done it before. If he's in that type of shape, he's going to drag everybody else along. But then you also have the fact that, again, like I mentioned, this is Ethiopia's. These were the Ethiopian trials: 1253, 1254, 1258. Okay.
Okay.
Kenya's sending guys that sending a guy, Daniel Abenwo, who's run 1255. Kiplimo, as I mentioned, has run 1255 this year. Katir has run 1250. Mohamed has run 1250. Ingebrigtsen not being there definitely makes it easier. If Cheptegei isn't the Cheptegei of last year, that makes it easier. But there's still just a huge group of people in the 1250s that you'd need to get past that would all need to have off days or bad days.
See, that's not true. That's not true because
It's
in
100%
my mind, Paul Chelimo and Woody Kincaid, aka William Kincaid, are both 1255 runners in my mind. Just because they didn't do it in 2021 doesn't mean they're not 1255 fitness. You cannot tell me.
Well, hold on. Chelimo did it in
their heads. They don't.
You just told me that 2019 championships don't matter. So why would Chelimo's 2018 PB matter?
It's not about when they did it. I know that in 2021, if we told Paul Chelimo and Kincaid, I can even argue Fisher and say, hey, I need you to go out and run 1255 right now. I think all three of them could be able to do it. I think the reason they haven't done it is because they haven't been told to do it. They had no reason in a year of the pandemic and 2021 to go out and go to a Diamond League and hop onto a fast 5K train. Chelimo's PB this season is like 13:26 or something like that. It's like shit. And the reason why is because there's no reason for him to have to run a sub 13 right now. And I think there was no reason for Kincaid to do it.
He went for indoors, man. He went for fast times indoors. He ran 13. Well, those guys ran faster than him indoors.
No, that 1309 was bull. I asked him about that. It was he just wasn't on his A game. That's just like, all right, he's had a bad day.
You're assuming
Chelimo and Kincaid can run 1255 tomorrow. Why am I assuming that? They closed in like 50 seconds off of in the 5K, and they both have shown that they have been able to run in there, albeit a few years ago. But there's a legitimate reason why these guys haven't run it this year is because of the pandemic and the way the season played out. They had no reason to try to PR in 2021. So they didn't. They didn't try to PR. Woody Kincaid ran in like the B heat at a Portland meet, right? Clearly, Woody Kincaid is not trying to run 1255 at all in 2021 unless the U.S. final asked for it or the Olympic final asked for it. So he's not going to waste a 1255 on some random Diamond League meet. And same with Chelimo. They are fit enough to run that. Like, you can't, they're not like old age and has-beens and they haven't, like, their peak is over. Like, they're still in their prime. They just haven't had an incentive to try to run an all-out 5K. They've only had incentives to do sit and kicks. And now they'll have an incentive to run an all-out 5K because an Olympic medal will be on the line. And I think both Kincaid and Chelimo will be able to handle opening 60-second quarters. Like, I think they'll be able to handle it.
They have run all-out 5Ks in the past. They may not have done it this year, but they've run them. And they haven't been as fast as these other guys.
Okay.
What type of race do you think this is going to be?
Do you want me to do it? Do you want me to do it? What was different 2 or 3 years ago than it is now?
What was different 2 or 3 years ago than it is now?
Yeah.
Pandemic?
What were people having on their feet 2 or 3 years ago compared to what they're having on their feet now?
Oh, you want to do shoes? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, no, I don't want to have that. I don't want to have that conversation. But
like, it is a thing.
What
like,
type of race?
The reason we're having a lot of fast times is because it's shoe technology. So I think if you put that shoe technology on there when they ran that 5K in the woods, I think we get the same result.
I know, but anyway. you're acting like Kincaid and Chelimo haven't tried to run fast. at all the last 2 years on any circumstance, and that's just not true.
They
Kincaid's been
haven't.
in these fast 10K. He's in a fast 10K, and he goes 27:12. That's good. Is that good enough to medal?
10K is different. 10K is different.
No, it's
All right,
this.
whatever.
But it gives you an idea. When you're going against a guy who in your same race, Jacob Kiplimo, who's run 12:55 and 26:33, your 10K PB does matter a little bit. That if you want to compare all out efforts. Do you think this is going to be fast from the gun or not with Cheptegei in there? I think it is.
We're talking about the 5K right now. We're talking about the 5K.
Yeah, we're talking about the 5. Yeah, we're talking about the 5K.
Yeah, I think it'll be fast. And I think I talked to Chalimo. He says he thinks it's going to be fast, but he says he's ready to run that pace. He just hasn't been incentivized to run 12:50 pace. And same with Kincaid. Now, okay, they could blow up and they'd be like, "Oh, I had never been here before," but
I mean,
I just
did you
don't
watch 2019?
Justin Knight's run 12:50. I think Justin Knight's the same category as Kincaid and Chalimo. Knight had the opportunity to run fast.
Did you watch 2019 World Championships? I mean, Lincoln was there with me, not you. But did you tune in to see those races at all?
A little bit.
Okay. I mean, the 5K was pretty. They went. I mean, 12:58 was a winning time, so it might even be more aggressive this time. But Chalimo ran 13:04, right? And he was the top American. I think it's deeper. I think it's even tougher this year than it was back then.
That's why they run the race, to prove me wrong or prove you right, right? That's what's going to happen.
If the U.S. gets 2 medals in the men's 5K, I will run to your house carrying an American flag. That's what I'll do.
Really?
100%.
You got to do that. How far away is your house from my house? It's a couple miles?
I don't know.
Oh, we got to film that?
No,
that'll be fun.
It's more than that.
Turn it into a little video.
More than that.
Put a GoPro on your head.
I'll do it in the middle of the day too in Texas, so it'll just be
do it in the heat.
It'll be sweltering. If they get 1 medal, it would be a huge success. Okay, 10K, and then relays. Let's go. Here we go. This is a long one.